Okay guys, the batteries went out on the camera, so this is going to have to be posted in, I think, 2 different videos. It'll be a part 1 and part 2. Where we left off when the batteries cut out was we're cutting our pieces of pork into about 1 inch to 2 inch slabs. Give it a little bit of a shape like bacon. Our recipe today, we're using Morton's Quick Tender. You can get this in the salt section of your supermarket. And what I did for this batch, which is about 20 pounds, was 1 tablespoon of that Quick Tender for each pound. So I put in 20 tablespoons of the Quick, a teaspoon of brown sugar per pound. I did about 25 teaspoons. I like my bacon a little sweeter. I put in 5 tablespoons of black pepper ground. And you can see that it's all mixed up in the bowl right here. That's what it looks like. And I am using today, I did this before, 3/4 of a cup of just regular table mustard. And it will not flavor the bacon. You won't taste mustard on the bacon, but it does impart a good flavor to it. So all we're going to do is mix this into the cure, and then we're going to rub it into our cut up pieces of pork. I will show you that. I'm not going to show you all of them. We will place it in the container that it's going to sit in, and it will sit there 10 to 14 days. Every day you want to go in and flip the pieces around, move them around, make sure they're coated really good. You need to make sure that this meat is completely coated. Because that's what the cure is. You want to make sure you let it sit long enough that it cures itself. The next video that we do, I guess it'll be part 3 instead of part 2, we will take the bacon and we're going to cold smoke it. You do not have to at the time of 14 days, 10 to 14 days of curing. You could slice this and fry it in a pan just like regular bacon. Or you could even put it in an oven at 220 degrees until an internal temperature of 150 degrees is reached, and then it's going to be sort of like a ham at that point. Not totally like a ham, but it's got again a good flavor. You could rub down black pepper on it before you smoke it or cook it. You could also roll it in cornmeal. Your pork tenderloin would basically come out to be a Canadian bacon. So we're pretty much mixed. We've got our paste right here, and I'm just going to start rubbing that into this section here. And again, it's better to have too much cure into this. You want to make sure we get it in all the nooks and crannies. Better to have too much than not enough. You don't want to go too overboard because it is a lot of salt. Before we smoke and cook this, we will rinse all these pieces off, and we will let them sit in ice water for 1 hour to draw the salt out. Then at that point I will slice off a small section, cook it, and make sure that we don't have too much salt left in it. If it needs to soak more, we'll soak it more until we pull all the salt out that is necessary. But you see, you want to get it in all the grooves and crevices. This will, as it sits, pull the water out of the pork, and it will form like a brine in the bottom. That's okay. That's why you're switching this around every day. And that side is done, so I'm just going to get it in our bucket here and continue to rub down the other side. The other side is pretty much flat, so you just want to get it all in there. So I'm going to continue to do this. So all the rest of the pieces, get them layered in here. I'm doing it at this time of year because it's about going up to 40 in the day and only down to about 28, 29 at night for the next week or so, and I'll just keep this out in the garage. You could keep it in a refrigerator, but it'll take up a lot of room. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. We got the Canadian bacon pork, but you could use any piece of pork, a pork roast, anything that goes on sale at the supermarket. It might even be a little bit better to use a piece of roast pork. It'll be a little less fatty. But this comes out good, and yeah, that's it. Make sure it stays between 30 and 40 degrees, and I'll see you on the next video.